They told you to be silent, to swallow your fire and smile through the frost, to wear kindness like a cage, to bend without breaking, to carry scars nobody sees. But the wolf inside, the one they tried to tame, still sharpens its teeth in the dark. Somewhere beneath your silence, raging storms rehearse their violence. Somewhere beneath your calm, a kingdom waits to rise from ashes and steel. Listen closely, because the truth cuts deeper than swords. To be only good is to be weak. To reclaim your power, you must first embrace the darkness that breathes beneath your skin. No crowns are forged in light alone. They told you to be good, to hold your tongue, to swallow your fire, to smile while the world crushed the roar in your chest, to forgive those who spat on your honor, to bow so others could stand taller, to bury your rage deep beneath the weight of silence. That is the mask forced upon you at birth. A garment sewn from obedience, painted with the colors of submission. They call it goodness, but you feel it in your bones. This mask did not protect you. It disarmed you. It silenced the wolf within. What kind of power is kindness without claws? What use is mercy without steel behind it? The world praises the tame wolf, not because he is noble, but because he is broken, a beast refined into docility. They flatter the silent man, then press harder against his throat. They want you harmless, a lamb dressed as a man. But the truth you have always known flickers beneath the man who never flinched, who bore his scars like armor, who held his teeth bared in silence. That man commands the storm. You were never meant to be a sheep. You were forged to be dangerous. The mask you wear is their leash, a silent cage disguised as virtue. And one day, quietly, it will crack. The fire buried beneath will awaken. The wolf will rise, and when he does, there will be no apologies, no looking back, because goodness without danger is a farce. You were born to be more than a shadow, born to own your darkness and wield it like a blade whispered in midnight's cold. The question is not whether you can break this mask. The question is whether you will dare to shatter it yourself and reclaim every inch of power you surrendered in silence. The wolf waits. The storm rehearses. And so do you. They told you to be good, to hold your tongue, to swallow your fire, to smile while the world crushed the roar in your chest, to forgive those who spat on your honor, to bow so others could stand taller, to bury your rage deep beneath the weight of silence. That is the mask forced upon you at birth, a garment sewn from obedience, painted with the colors of submission. They call it goodness, but you feel it in your bones. This mask did not protect you. It disarmed you. It silenced the wolf within. What kind of power is kindness without claws? What use is mercy without steel behind it? The world praises the tame wolf, not because he is noble, but because he is broken, a beast refined into docility. They flatter the silent man, then press harder against his throat. They want you harmless, a lamb dressed as a man. But the truth you have always known flickers beneath the man who never flinched, who bore his scars like armor, who held his teeth bared in silence. That man commands the storm. You were never meant to be a sheep. You were forged to be dangerous. The mask you wear is their leash, a silent cage disguised as virtue. And one day, quietly, it will crack. The fire buried beneath will awaken. The wolf will rise. And when he does, there will be no apologies, no looking back. Because goodness without danger is a farce. You were born to be more than a shadow, born to own your darkness and wield it like a blade whispered in midnight's cold. The question is not whether you can break this mask. The question is whether you will dare to shatter it yourself and reclaim every inch of power you surrendered in silence. The wolf waits. The storm rehearses. And so do you. They told you to walk in the light, to keep your hands clean, your actions pure, to bury hunger, ambition, and violence as if they were sins instead of truth. But you feel it, don't you? That shadow, always waiting beneath your skin, a quiet storm you dare not unleash. Every virtue you wear drags a twin behind it, a shadow stitched to your mercy, patience, and gentleness. Mercy entwined with vengeance, patience with rage, gentleness with cruelty, waiting to break free. You try to drown it out with forced smiles and silence. You pretend the darkness is the enemy, But it is not. No man is whole without his shadow. Deny it, and it claws from beneath. Wild and untamed. Accept it, and you grasp power beyond their understanding. They call you dangerous. They whisper you're broken. But it is you who see clearly now virtue and wickedness are not enemies. They are wolves bound at the wrist. Kings cradled in the same crown. To master yourself, you must stop fearing the hunger. Learn its shape in silence. Own it or be owned by it. The wolf in the shadow never breaks its gaze. Its silence is not submission. It is dominion. Will you? The wolf does not blink when the storm lashes his face. It stands, unwavering, teeth bared, burning fresh scars into the cold winter's bone. Fear teaches most men to retreat, to soften their gaze, to shrink before the strike that is only whispered in the wind. They call it survival. They call it wisdom. But you know the truth beneath the noise. Hesitation is the fracture that splits the spirit and saps the flame. What does it mean to never flinch? Not absence of pain, but mastery over the pain. The wolf leans into the fire, carries every cut and bite deep into his marrow, forging armor beneath his skin. The flame-licking flesh is no longer an enemy. It becomes a language. Each scar is a bone plate. Every wound a silent lesson no retreat can teach. You've been trained to believe that stepping back protects you, that flinching saves your life. But who taught you this? The weak, the broken, the scared who never dared to bear the storm. Power belongs to the man who stands tall when teeth find flesh. To the one who dares to let the world's cold bite his bones without breaking. What happens when you never meet the strike? Your bones hollow. Your heart learns to fear pain more than death. And so men settle for shadows of life, retreating from resistance, apologizing for breathing too loud, confusing weakness with virtue. But the wolf's eyes do not waver nor blink. He knows retreat is the true death. Surrender not to the blade but to fear itself. Stillness under fire is a throne. Silence after pain terrifies the hunter's mind more than any howl. When insult burns your ears, when betrayal slashes your back, when the weight suffocates your throat, do you break or do you harden? Do you collapse into the fissures within? Or do you clench your teeth and dare them to press harder? Every pause you hold is a blade sharpened. Every moment you do not move is a crown forged in shadows. For the man who does not flinch, the storm clarifies. It does not blind. It reveals the truth others fear, that death is not the end, but the final teacher. Wolves do not flinch, not because they feel no pain, but because they have made peace with it. They fall forward, jaws locked on the throat of a world that expects their retreat. If you wish to rise, to carve your seat out of this storm, learn this law: to flinch is to offer your throat. And no king ever bowed his neck to fear. Mercy, a word draped in white robes, spoken softly as if it were the highest virtue. But ask yourself, what has your mercy cost you? Has it raised you or made you smaller? The world sells mercy as surrender, a currency to purchase peace at the price of your power. They want your forgiveness cheap, your anger swallowed whole. They worship your mercy, not as strength, but as your silence after betrayal, your bow to their safety. True mercy is different. It is a weapon cloaked in shadow. It is the wolf's restraint after baring fangs, the cold decision to unleash pain or withhold it. Mercy given when you cannot destroy is weakness. But mercy wielded after you have shown your teeth, the ability to silence an enemy with a single quiet choice, that is power. This is the Machiavellian law, carved in stone. Mercy without teeth is surrender. Mercy with fangs is domination. Every great leader, every crown forged in blood, carries mercy as a calculated strike, not a surrender, but a command. Forgiveness is earned, not owed. When you choose mercy, you crown yourself. It is a reminder born from the abyss. You could have ended them, but you did not. And in that silence, your power echoes louder than any blade. Do not confuse mercy for kindness in weakness. It is kindness married to cold logic. Mercy is strategy. Mercy is sovereignty. And when the world expects your immediate forgiveness, let them wait. Let silence be your answer, because the weight of chosen mercy crushes deeper than any storm of rage. Mercy with fangs is not mercy given. It is power taken. Mercy is a word laden with illusion. The world dresses it in the robes of virtue, and men scare themselves into wearing it as a badge of honor. But hear this clearly. Mercy without power is surrender. A blade without an edge. A shield worn thin and cracked. Niccolo Machiavelli knew this when he warned rulers that mercy, when given rashly or without control, invites chaos and betrayal. Mercy granted too soon or too freely is not mercy. It is weakness that dissolves empires and crowns enemies. True power demands that mercy be earned, wielded like a blade hidden in shadow. Before mercy can crown you, you must first bare your teeth. Let your enemies taste the cold steel of your will. Only then does mercy become a weapon. A silent sentence heavier than any roar, colder than any sword. When you withhold mercy, you show dominance. When you offer it, it is a choice so rare it haunts those who survive it. Machiavelli's grim logic is clear. The wise leader uses mercy sparingly, only when it secures control and order. Mercy is not a gift for the weak. It is the prize of the powerful. It is a force that binds others in the debt of your temperance and will. So ask yourself, is your mercy a leash they tug to tame you? Or is it the cold breath of your calculated dominion? Mercy without teeth is the slow death of power. Mercy with fangs is the crown of kings. They told you to be good, to hold your tongue, to swallow your fire, to smile while the world crushed the roar in your chest, to forgive those who spat on your honor, to bow so others could stand taller, to bury your rage deep beneath the weight of silence. That is the mask forced upon you at birth, a garment sewn from obedience, painted with the colors of submission. They call it goodness, but you feel it in your bones. This mask did not protect you. It disarmed you. It silenced the wolf within. What kind of power is kindness without claws? What use is mercy without steel behind it? The world praises the tame wolf, not because he is noble, but because he is broken, a beast refined into docility. They flatter the silent man, then press harder against his throat. They want you harmless, a lamb dressed as a man, but the truth you have always known flickers beneath. The man who never flinched, who bore his scars like armor, who held his teeth bared in silence, that man commands the storm. You were never meant to be a sheep. You were forged to be dangerous. The mask you wear is their leash, a silent cage disguised as virtue. And one day, quietly, it will crack. The fire buried beneath will awaken. The wolf will rise, and when he does, there will be no apologies, no looking back. Because goodness without danger is a farce. You were born to be more than a shadow, born to own your darkness, and wield it like a blade whispered in midnight's cold. The question is not whether you can break this mask. The question is whether you will dare to shatter it yourself and reclaim every inch of power you surrendered in silence. The wolf waits, the storm rehearses, and so do you. Betrayal, the cold blade pressed deep, the friend's smile turned to ash in your back. It is the silent wound that haunts the emptiest hours, whispering fire into your veins. Most men fall at betrayal's strike, screaming into the void, mourning the loss of their naive trust. But you have tasted its bitter truth, and lived to carry its weight like armor. Betrayal is the longest lesson, crueler than any war. It strips away masks, exposes the wolves behind every smile. It leaves you naked, alone in the cold dark. But in that solitude, vision sharpens. You learn the faces to trust and those to watch with steel eyes. The knife that cut you was not an end, but your forging. You understand now, no crown is won without this fire. Sovereignty demands betrayal's lesson first. Only a man who has been stabbed in the back can truly see the blade's edge. Most men shatter here. Few rise, heavier, bloodied, but unbroken. What was torment became your tutor. What was pain became your weapon. Your scars are pages in a diary of survival, a script of silent vengeance. You no longer beg. You no longer plead. You move through the world with the certainty of a man who knows betrayal's sting, yet walks untouchable. The betrayed become the sovereign, and every knife in your back only carves deeper your vision of power. Exile, the cold silence of being cast out, left to wander where no warmth finds you. The herd fears the lone wolf, not because he is weak, but because he is unpredictable, untamed, sovereign. Most men beg to be carried back into the fold. They fear the solitude like death itself. But those who understand know better. Exile is not a sentence. It is a crucible. It is the dark womb of kings. In exile, the illusions fall away. The noise of approval disappears, leaving only the rawness of your own breath, the weight of your own thoughts. Stripped of the crowd, you confront the abyss within. Can you generate fire without an audience? Can you sharpen your steel in silence, with no cheers to feed your flame? This is the true test. Exile kills dependency. It burns the need for external validation until the soul stands naked, a sovereign, not a servant. Those who survive learn to own their silence, to carry solitude like armor. They build empires not from the praises of others, but from the shadows of forgotten nights and cold dawns. Loneliness is not weakness. It is the forge of empires. The throne is not held by crowds, but by silence that commands them. So when the world casts you out, do not crawl back. Sit on your throne of exile, and let the wilderness crown you in fire and frost. They did not bury you. They planted you. There is a crown waiting for you, but it is not forged from gold or adorned with jewels. It is wrought from shadows, carved from scars, and tempered in solitude. Every man wears a shadow, a silent twin woven into his flesh. Most deny it, hiding behind false lights and empty smiles, fearing the darkness within. But a crown built on light alone shatters. A king who ignores his shadow is a tyrant doomed to fall. You have walked too far, seen too much to believe in half-truths. Inside you burns violence, hunger, ambition, forces not to fear but to command. The wolf crouches in silence beneath your ribs. The fire pulses behind your calm. To deny them is to surrender your throne. To embrace them is to crown yourself sovereign of both dark and light. The final mastery is not purity, but wholeness. The man who has killed his shadow is no king. He is prey. The man who obeys the shadow is beast. Only the man who wears his shadow like a crown walks untouchable, dangerous, whole. Understand this. Mercy lives alongside cruelty, silence alongside violence. Your power lies not in hiding this balance, but in mastering it, directing the storm within like a sword through midnight. Most will misunderstand you, call you cold or ruthless. Let them. A true king does not bow for acceptance. Your crown is not gold. It is shadow wrapped in fire.